A record-breaking day. We saw all the long lines at polling places, but tonight it is official. Today marks the highest single-day early voting turnout in state history. Hello, everybody. I'm Denise Koch.
And I'm Nicole Baker. Now, despite those long lines and sometimes hours-long wait, enthusiasm was boiling over for many as they made sure that their voices were heard. This is only the first day of early voting here in our state.
And WJZ is live. Rachel Manitoff at a Baltimore City polling place with this record-breaking turnout. Rachel.
Denise and Nicole, good evening. Camden Yards is one of 80 early voting centers around the state. And today people out here told us that voting in person is an important tradition they wanted to keep. Long lines and high turnout. From Baltimore City to Prince George's County, more than 161,000 people statewide cast their ballots on the first day of early voting. That's the highest single-day early voting turnout in the state's history.
We are wrapped around Morgan State University's campus. This is a proud moment. When they say people are not coming out to vote, they are coming out to vote. More
than 11,000 people voted in Baltimore City alone. Another 18,000 voted at the 11 sites around Baltimore County, including at the Woodlawn Community Center.
I am 74 years old, and I have always voted in person.
Many people, like Marcia Hicks, tell us they wanted to come vote in person, feeling it was more secure.
It's important that I fill out my ballot and I put it through the machine.
In Harford County, some voters waited in line for close to 3 hours, but that didn't keep people away.
It's a critical election and a juncture in the history of our country.
Many were pleased to see so many people at the polls.
I'm actually really happy to see it. Definitely happy that we're all coming out to make sure that we make the changes that we want to see happen.
The long lines weren't the only thing many polling places had in common. Everywhere, people wore masks and maintained social distance. Day one went off without any major problems, with 7 more days of early voting to go.
I want to make sure I use my voice the first day of the early voting, just to make sure before I tell other people to use their voice, I make sure I did it first.
In addition to the turnout today, 1.5 million Marylanders requested mail-in ballots, and more than half of those have already been returned. And if you do plan to vote in person, the polls open again tomorrow at 7 a.m., although election officials recommend voting between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. We're live in Baltimore City tonight. I'm Rachel Manitoff for WJZ.
Those lull hours, Rachel, thank you. Keeping you safe is a top priority at the polling sites across our state. Officials are wearing masks and they are wearing face shields. There are also hand sanitizing stations before you enter. As soon as you vote, your voting cubicle is wiped down. Voters say the process was seamless.
I would say it was great. It was very smooth, very efficient, very friendly as far as, keeping the spread of the germs down. Yes, I felt very safe.
Everyone's really here for, to cast their vote and express their opinion. And I think everyone's doing that really respectfully.
The state health department has also recruited health ambassadors to help hand out masks and wipes there for those high-touched areas. If you'd like to become one, we have a link for you on our website, WJZ.com.